Maharani Spices SDNBHD ordered 2,000 jars of Royal Masala from Flavor Express Limited. The purchase was made based on a detailed product brochure and a physical sample. The brochure described the product as 100% organic, preservative-free, finely ground, suitable for export to EU markets. A few days after the delivery, one of the staff at Maharani Spices noticed something odd. Then, they checked the box and the spices were coarse, not finely ground, had a strong chemical preservative smell, and the packaging did not meet EU export standards. Maharani Spices called Flavor Express Limited to complain about the product. Flavor Express argued back saying that product variations are normal, and Maharani Spices had accepted the goods by not complaining immediately. Can Maharani Spices reject the goods or claim damages under the Sale of Goods Act 1957? So, the issues are whether Flavor Express Limited has breached the implied condition under Section 15 of the Sale of Goods where the goods must correspond to the sale under the description and sample, whether Maharani Spices SDNBHD is entitled to reject the 2,000 jars of Royal Masala and terminate the contract. Under Section 15 of the Sale of Goods Act 1957, when a contract is made by description or by sample and description, there is an implied condition that the goods must match both the sample and the description. Even if the goods are similar to the sample, they can be rejected if they don't match the description. Let's look at some cases. Beale v. Taylor. The buyer purchased a car advertised as a Herald, convertible, white, 1961. However, it was later discovered that the car was assembled from parts of two different vehicles, only the front was from the described model. The court ruled that the seller had breached an implied condition under the contract, and the buyer was entitled to damages. Varley v. Whip. The seller sold a second-hand reaping machine described as new the previous year. The buyer relied on this description without inspecting the machine. Upon delivery, the machine turned out to be very old and repaired. The court held that the seller had breached the implied condition, as the goods did not match the description. The buyer was entitled to reject the machine and rescind the contract. Maharani Spices relied on a brochure and a sample. But the delivered goods were not finely ground, contained chemical preservatives, did not meet EU packaging standards. This clearly breaches the implied condition under Section 15. Also, Maharani's short delay in complaining doesn't mean they accepted the goods, especially since the defects were only noticed after inspection. In conclusion, Flavor Express Limited breached the contract under Section 15 of the Sale of Goods Act 1957. Maharani Spices is legally entitled to reject the 2,000 jars and rescind the contract, possibly claim damages for losses suffered. The law protects buyers like Maharani when goods do not match their promised quality.